Okay, hello everyone, welcome to Brazil versus Greece World Cup Top 8. We have Lascas subbing in for gzoymp something and thicorfon. So we look at the scoreboard here. Brazil down 2 matches against Greece. Greece showing that they're really strong and going for the win here. Brazil has some catching up to do. So we have Scorpion versus Crane. And I think that this might be the turning point for Brazil, because the Scorpion matchup is heavily favored against Crane. Let's have a quick look at the Crane list for gzoymp. Kita, Making Garden, Transportation, Magistrate Station, Pilgrimage, Shameful Display. Nothing special. Opting to go for the entrance position instead of the polling authority. Wants a province line that he can defend, I guess. Nothing super spicy in the dynasty except 2 Assamis. You haven't seen Assami in a while. And we see the new esteemed tea house that has been very helpful for a lot of Crane players dealing with attachments. See, only 2 court games. No for 3 for shames. Of course, very good with that new name, which turns on for shames on characters like Toshimoko and other bushis. You also see 3 letters from the daimyo. It's a bit of a deal. And I just glance over the 3 spies at court as well. And of course the 3 politics debates. So yeah, this is going to be heavy discard. And the splash is 3 let go, 1 ancient master, 1 tattooed wanderer. And that is going to be rough for the Scorpion player, because Scorpion, as we all know, love their hand and the cards in hand. So he's on the Abandoning Honor Stronghold, Keeper of Air, going with the Truth Seekers, okay, and the new Hantai Satori idea that Scorpion players have. It's interesting. Mark of Shame, Goblin Sneak, finding a way back into the Scorpion decks. 2 Kachikos. There we see Backhand Complement, 2 Sensors. And here's the splash, the new Crane splash for Scorpion. Gossip, 2 Noble Sacrifices, and 3 Soul Beyond Reproaches. 1 I Can Swim, and 3 Fate Worse Than Death as the restricted card here. Yeah, I can see this splash being really strong, especially in this matchup, skewing it even more heavily into Scorpion favor. So let's not keep the players waiting anymore. I am ready to go, and I am so ready to go. I have my glass of milk, I have my porridge with strawberry jam, and I have a bowl of vinegar chips. Oh, this is gonna be great. So good luck to both players. Let's see if Lascas can, if thicorfon can run this back for, I think it was, yeah. Let's see if thicorfon can run this back for Brazil here. So we have Crane on the first player. Let's zoom in a bit here. There we go. I am ready. Oh, that's some good porridge. So you see Lascas mulliganing 1, and thicorfon fully content with his row. But not, and thicorfon mulliganing 4 cards from the conflict deck. Thicorfon seems to have got the start he wants. Lascas dropping a Paragon of Grace, opting not to go for the Tengu Sensei first thing, fearing that a Fate Worse Than Death might be hiding somewhere in thicorfon's hand. And as I said, Laskas is subbing for gzoymp, so I'm gonna keep calling him Laskas, even though it's gzoymp's deck. That's a hard name to say, gzoymp. Corazon thinking about the buy here. So I have to go for the social illusionist. Probably a good choice, because if he decides to use the Fate Wars in Death, probably needs to remove a Wonder token from the Paragon of Grace to ensure that it doesn't get cancelled. See both players bidding 5, nothing special here. So does Laskas go for an attack here? He could go military, but he decides not to. He passes, figuring he has better chances to win this first round by just defending, or maybe just waiting to see if thicorfon makes an opening here. Thicorfon thinking about his choice here. Ooh, going for a goblin sneak here. Dropping Laskas to 1 fate. That's interesting. What is he trying to protect against with that? I'm not sure. Maybe he just wants to stay the illusionist for a political defense, for defense or a second attack, and wants to go poking around with the golden sneak. But that's dangerous, because he could have found magistrate station there. But instead stumbles into manicured garden. It's a good choice for thicorfon. And Laskas decides to defend this. He figures that he can overpower this lone goblin sneak, and I think he should be able to, because Scorpion doesn't run that many military pumps or answers to this military conflict. Yeah, thicorfon just wants that Paragon gone, opening up for a political attack next, probably. Okay, so that's me done eating, so no more yucky noises in the microphone for you guys. Thicorfon deciding to discard a Kachiko, figuring that he won't be able to buy that in the near future. And this is one of the problems with just having one character, just one character. You really have to decide where you want to put it. There's four opportunities to use your character, and it can be quite hard to decide where is the best place for it. Laskas, judging that he doesn't want his hand to get discarded by the Earthling, so he decides to defend that. But that leaves me open to the social illusionist going for the airing here. getting a keeper if he gets this conflict through. And yeah, thicorfon is going to be super happy about just poking that Manicure Garden all game long, giving Velasquez one fate each turn, but it could have been a lot worse for thicorfon. Velasquez moving in to prevent the unopposed. Ooh, and a duelist training attached to Velasquez. Do we see any calling in favors played from thicorfon here? But duelist training is going to be great because he can just bid one here, forcing thicorfon to giving honor if he doesn't want to get bowed, and then he gets honored, turning on Voices of Honor. So this duelist training is really good if it can stick here. There are only two calling in favors in thicorfon's deck, and there's the first one, putting it on the Goblin Sneak. Deciding he wants to keep that 3 skill on the Social Illusionist for this conflict. Velasquez is fine with this. Maybe he just doesn't have anything else. And that's a good start for thicorfon. Getting that keeper, getting that favor, and now sensors are up. He has 2 sensors in his deck. And that's gonna be big here. Denying Crane that those policy debates can be really important here in this matchup. Bird gets discarded, not as strong on second player as on first player. Someone that is very strong in whether you're first player or not is Toshimoko. And also Asami is an interesting choice because it kind of helps in the Scorpion matchup, which Crane has trouble in. It could slow down the Scorpion win condition. Of course, you have to have more skill than the Scorpion, and that's the problem with them buying characters with as much skill as yours, but to cost less. So thicorfon just buying that Lion and passing, and Laska is going for a 1 bid here. Already going for a 1 bid. That is very interesting. Giving up the card advantage for some pressure. Maybe he wants to start the hand destruction as soon as possible here. That's a game plan. Yeah, he wants to make the hand sizes as small as possible to deny Scorpion that advantage and just keep on playing Crane's superior Dynasty characters. And even though he bid 1, he still has some card parity here, 11 to 10. One problem with this though is that that one-off I Can Swim is now online. So If thicorfon has the tools here, he could make Toshimoko go bye-bye. Thicorfon taking his time here. There's still a lot of time left, but you say that, and then suddenly you have 5 minutes left in the game. So trying to keep a steady pace is almost always a good idea. Especially in IRL tournaments. Don't stall. Ooh, we see the gossip from Laskas. And a quick censor from thicorfon. Yeah, I think that telegraphs a certain forecast event in thicorfon's hand here, right? Ooh. And this could be a problem because yeah, there are two ways for Toshimoko to hit the get kicked out. There's for shame/court games into I can swim, or just a fate worse than death here. Laskas is having none of that, playing a letter from the daimyo on Toshimoko. So Toshimoko got a letter from Yoshi, but something. Yeah, this is 4D chess. Thicorfon is just baiting those, baiting with that cancel. So now he can play however he wants, because now Laskas won't defend with the Toshimoko because it's just gonna get kicked out. A real big brain play here from thicorfon. Interesting to put the letter from the daimyo on Toshimoko though. You'd figure that he wants to use him in military conflicts, right? But I think that signals that there's a policy debate in Laskas' hand. Because he wants to duel with Toshimoko, get him honored, and discard a bunch of cards here. Paragon on defense again. And Laskas is thinking about something here, not taking the fate directly from the province. Maybe he wants to use the Paragon first. Yeah, I think in this case you use the Paragon first thing if thicorfon decides to use the Fate Worse than Death on the Paragon. There we have the For Shamed about the Goblin Sneak. Oh yeah, you can use training. You need an honored. Oh no, only participating courtier. Okay, doesn't have to be honored. So yeah, he can totally take that duelist training back, and he totally should. Because there are no attachments in the Scorpion deck that he wants to return. Because you don't want to give Mark of Chains back. Yeah. Duelist training bounced back into Laskas' hand. Assassination discarded, probably a good idea for thicorfon. Not that many 1 and 2 costers in the Crane deck nowadays. The occasional Bayushi occasional Toyu Whisperer and Brash Samurai, but stuff like Cautious Scout and Carol Delegate, and yeah, they're pretty much gone for the most part. Last guess, he's going for the defense here. Yeah, I think he's kind of on a defensive strategy here, forcing thicorfon to overextend with his cards, and then discard the rest when he still loses. But this is gonna be a hard defense for last guess. If thicorfon decides to move in here with both the illusionist and the liar, that's 3-6. Of course, Toshimoku has the Toshimoku skill. But if there is a Fate Version Death in thicorfon's hand, which there probably is, unless this is, as we said, some 4D chess, it should be no problem for thicorfon getting through here. Yeah, Toshimoku has a bunch of text. It pretty much says you can't win conflicts against this guy. At least when you're Scorpion. And thicorfon decides to pass. Not even a single poke. I'd figure he could poke with the liar, right? Or something. Or the keeper initiate. To force a defense on Toshimoku. Yeah, exactly. Laskas doesn't want to attack here. But thicorfon could force a defense and secure the favor that way. Oh yeah, never mind. You only get one ring. But yeah. Yeah, he decides not to. Both players decides to pass the last conflict. So Scorpion still with favor, down to 6 honor. After that, Crane 1 bid in turn 2. And now we see some big boys here. Sotori with that bloody sword. And Asami with 4 fade on. Yeah, Laskas figures that Asami is gonna be key here to survive, or potentially dishonor us, the course on here. Scorpion going for the Bayushi Liar as well. He has a lot of faith in his bank. Now the bids are gonna be interesting. Yeah, Scorpion going for the 2 bid. Also telegraphing the I can swim here. So he's setting up a lot of threats here for Laskas to think about. Sure, he might not have them, but Laskas is gonna take a big risk to not play around them. Yeah, all that training, all that Yuli's training might have made it so that Toshimoku haven't ever learned to swim, right? He was too busy waving that sword around. And surely, Laskas passes his fair conflict. He decides he can't attack here unless, until he has some cancels online. So thicorfon doing really well here. Either bluffing or just putting up these threats even more. Using the City of Lies here. Ooh. Soul Beyond Reproach on Satori. So we're gonna see a military attack here. And Satori is gonna waltz in with his 7 and then potentially 10 military strength. That's a big character, Satori. And going Void here doesn't seem dumb, getting rid of the Paragon of Grace. And 6 political skill as well means that a policy debate is not really an option here for Laskas. Military going in with Asami as well, so no a new name. Yeah, break here wouldn't be too bad. That's right, that's correct. Done so. Especially going in with Asami here is interesting. That yeah, as I said in the beginning, when he found Manicured Garden, that is totally fine for Scorpion. Just hitting that Manicured Garden over and over. Taking a break isn't sometimes a very good idea. But moving in with Asami here signals that, yeah, he has the 4 shames and he really wants to use them here. And that 4 shame is actually pretty good because Satori's strength is from the honor status. So cancelling out that Soul Beyond Reproach was really good. But now Toshimoko is dishonored. Is there a way of the crane in Laskas' hand? He's gonna need it. There's a fine katana. That won't do it. Do we see the 2 fate dropped? Anti-Satori giving Toshimoku +3 glory. Okay, so just dropping his glory for now. Dropping down his skill to 1-0. Yeah, that's what's so good about Satori in the Scorpion deck with Soul Beyond Reproach, because you can honor him and use him as a big basher in military conflicts, which has been a problem for Scorpion for a long time, the military conflicts. But with Satori now, they can really push through there. And against more military-oriented lands, you can dishonor your opponent and then lower their skill by 3. So Satori is a really nice addition to Scorpion lineup here. thicorfon is, of course, content with just winning this ring. Both players pass. And that means that Paragon is gonna... Oh, no, wait, the duel, yeah, but... Why is he dueling here? Oh yeah, he wants to honor Toshimoko with the Stronghold. Because he's not gonna win this duel at all. Oh yeah, that's right. Toshimoko, that's the Toshimoko interaction happening. Toshimoko going up to 6-7 versus Satori's 4, so suddenly Laskas won that conflict and Satori is dishonored. That's funny. That's the first time I've seen it actually happen. I knew about it, but yeah, it's not something I think about when I'm up against Toshimoko all the time. Yeah, I think Sotori is an interesting character, but Dasetsu is also cool. And now we see the first attack from Laskas, and he of course hits Secret Cash. Yeah, Toshimoko is stupid. His flavor text on Duel to the Death is really cool though. So be it. That's cool. We see the political, I mean the military water here. Thicorfon, are we gonna see the Fate version Death? Yeah, smack bang, no cards discarded, just gone. Do we see a conflict character played? Nope, last cast just passes that conflict. We are a democracy here, Shooterev. You are voted 2 against 1. Sorry, Toshimoko has stupid text. Yay for democracy! Oh, that's really reasonable, Danzo. Very gentleman of you. I like that. And now we might see a second airing here for thicorfon. But now he's gonna go in with 4 skill, and unfortunately for him break this Manicure Garden. I'm for a political system where only Crane can vote. Yeah, that's called the Elemental Championships. Oh wait, you can't win those. You see a political rival played into the conflict. I missed that character. Does he? What? Oh, he has one of political rival. Nice. That will help him in the Scorpion matchup. That's Zero Glory being really good in this matchup. The rival doesn't care about it being dishonored. Now it might, because suddenly there's a magistrate popping up, knocking on your door, saying, hey, you're dishonored, you don't matter here. And there's the policy debate. Ooh, that's big. 1-1, and we see 2 backhanded compliments already. And the duty, mark of shame, and the noble sacrifice. So if Thicorfon had thought about the yeah, yeah, going fishing for magistrate station wouldn't have been such a bad idea, because I mean he's totally not gonna draw that one off political rival, right? And we see noble sacrifice discarded. Probably a good choice. Assassination doesn't matter, backhanded compliments don't matter yet. There's double court games, so there's not much reason to discard one. But yeah, they had that bonsai she decided not to use on Satori, because yeah, I think he just forgot about the trigger thing. The interaction between Toshimoko and Kyrin Kikita. Thicorfon gets that ring though, and he still keeps the favor. And I think Leskes is gonna have to say goodbye to Yoshi here. He's too expensive to buy with Zero Fate, and he hasn't got the favor, so yeah, he's gone. Brash Samurai sticks. It's probably a decent character against Scorpion, right? Free honor. And we see the Toshimoko dupe. Ooh, that's a great find for Thicorfon though, Alibi Artist. Soon dropping down to 6 and below. And we see the big challenger played instead for last cast. He could harpoon in the Cunning Magistrate where thicorfon doesn't want him. Or maybe drop in Satori into a conflict he's gonna lose. Yeah, both players only one bid now. But thicorfon is gonna draw 3 cards because Manipulator pumps him up 1 bid extra. And then you can draw 1 from Alba Artist, and it's gonna draw a 4th card with the Storehouse. So this 1 bid is gonna come back to bite Laskas here. He's down 4 cards at the beginning of round 4. And then when the Lyre is played, that's gonna be another card. Yeah, Laskas is gonna have to find a way to use these Letter from the Daimyo now, and the Spice at Court. So what are we gonna see here? Earth, of course, with 2 Faith. Can't really say no to that. But where does it go now? This is dangerous. Shameful Display is dangerous. There's Shameful, there's Pilgrimage, and there's Magistrate Station. One idea could be to go hard for Magistrate Station. Well, I mean, yeah, all promises are really terrible for Scorpion here. And he finds Shameful Display. Snap Defense from Toshimoko. Yeah, Pilgrimage is probably the least worst, but it's still bad because the ring won't do anything. Just be an unopposed conflict. Probably. Forcing more cards out of thicorfon's hand than he wants to. But here instead we see Shameful Display. And Yuli's training on Toshimoko. And there's the Fate Worse Than Death. Yeah, saving Shameful. And that's rough for Laskas here. It's a good thing that thicorfon didn't get the Void Ring here though. So Toshimoko might stay in play for another round here. That forces Laskas to go for a Void attack next for his next conflict, if he wants Toshimoko to stay. Now, how will Laskas pilot this attack? He can covert away the Cunning Magistrate with the rival, but I figured he wants to keep it for defense. He could use the Challenger. Yeah, he's gonna go Void. And yeah, he's going hard here. Coverting out the Cunning Magistrate. And he's gonna find... Avoiding this Magistrate is gonna be big here. Ooh, but finds Shameful Display. That's terrible. And the Lone Keeper defense probably signals another Cunning Magistrate in hand. But he decides to defend with a little more. But yes, honor Keeper Initiative on Asami and then drop Cunning Magistrate if he needs to. No, he's just gonna go big here. There's the Shameful Display. Noble Sacrifice was discarded. There's one more in the deck. I Can Swim is offline as of now. So Asami is safe currently. Probably not for long though. There's a second letter from the Daimyo. But Laskas on 3 cards and 0 fate against thicorfon's 10 and 4. Yeah, I'm not sure if Laskas can do much else here. Has Albertus been used? I don't think yes. Oh, it has been, okay. Does thicorfon have, does Laskas have anything else here? He only has 3 cards, what can it be? No fate. Yeah, he's on 10 honor right now, but ooh, I think this is a bit of an interesting call. Moving in the putting a formal invitation on Toshimoka to move him in, but that means that if he's going to lose this conflict, quote unquote, then that Void Ring will bounce, and that will leave it open for thicorfon. Is this really the idea behind this? Yeah, he can re-honor Toshimoka, but the Void Ring will bounce. And then thicorfon can just Void Ring Toshimoko. Oh, there's a duelist training. I forgot about duelist training, of course. He has that. So he wanted to bow the Keeper Initiate Undam, of course. That was the play. Silly me. But thicorfon answers with one of the 2 bonsais in the deck, so that plan went out the window quick. Yeah. All these attachments. There's a duelist training. Anyways. Does he go for a high bid here, I wonder? He could get some honor back with Asami if the Keeper Initiate bows. thicorfon must go for a 1 bid here, right? He's okay with Laskas dropping some honor. thicorfon going for a 2 bid. Huh. And there Toshimoku is honor. Okay, do we see the duel used here from Laskas? Nope, no duel used. So Void Ring is gone. And Toshimoku got honored again. Hey. Good for him. But what is Crane gonna do about this stuff staring him down? Thicorfon could go political fire with both the Bayeshlier and the manipulator. That is 5-6 skill. That is a break on magistrate station and a win on pilgrimage. Yeah, political water sounds reasonable as well. Readying the Satori for the defense. But I figured you could go fire with these two guys and then dishonor the Dodge Challenger and then just defend with the Magistrate, right? But I guess this works as well. But there's one point more point of dishonor in going fire with these two guys. Because the watering doesn't dishonor. And he finds pilgrimage, leading to a secret fate. No, did he find pilgrimage this turn? I mean, shameful. Yeah, he did, right? Yeah. Yeah, conquest is not a it's not a bad idea. And he just goes straight through that challenger with the cunning magistrate. Oh, that card is so good. Magistrate. And Crane's board is dishonored. Scorpion's board is honored. It should be the other way around, right? And yeah, that one bid from Laskas really hurting him here. As I said, down so many cards. Sure, he has a lot of cards on the board. You could say he has 6, at least 7, 8 to 9 cards on the field / in hand. But it's all locked into a character here. That thicorfon can just swat away with a Fate Worse Than Death or for shame with the Scorpion. Here's Uji though. And Laskas going broke again. 0 fate. Both players bidding 1 again. Bidding 1 again. And I think this must be a mistake from Laskas because he has his stronghold right open. It is entrenched position. So political break might be favored for thicorfon here. There's a lot of stuff to go through. His challenger is gonna be real good here though. He can poke, probably fire here, get some fate. Drag in the Satori maybe? Satori is +6 skill. No, probably the magistrate because that's -6. It's -9 skill on Laskas' board. So probably looking to drag in the cunning magistrate here, forcing thicorfon to go 2 conflicts if he wants that cunning magistrate in. Thicorfon deciding to gain 1 honor. Yeah, and we see the power of this new crane splash here. Well, I say new, but Phoenix Splash has been popular for a while. But now we see the power of these Soul Beyond approaches, letting Scorpion gain a lot of skill to the characters and letting them go go for the conquest easier. Really making the Scorpion deck more versatile here. Last guess is deep in the tank here. And yeah, there's a fire with the Challenger. And there's nothing to lose for going on shameful display here. Ooh, I thought we had a disconnect there. I had a small heart attack. The thicorfon just having some connection issues. Nothing major, I hope. Oh, he decides to go with the rival as well. Huh. I guess he figures that he has to go for a conquest as well if he wants to actually win this, because the point of the game is to win, not just to not lose. And there's the icon swim. Goodbye, Doji Challenger. I didn't even notice he bid 2 here. Yeah, all those layers of kimono must be very hard to swim with, right? That was a big blow for last gas. Because there's still a lot of dishonor effects in the thicorfon's deck. There's 3 Mark of Shame, there's 3 Force Shames, there's 1 Way of the Scorpion left, there's Fate Worse Than Death, there's 2 Court Games. So Cunning Magistrate is gonna have a field day with these crane field with the crane characters here. Velasquez has nothing left here. And this is gonna be interesting. Let's see what the thicorfon goes for here. I figure a Void might be good here. Just because if he doesn't manage to get through here, at least he saves his Satori. Paul Water to bow Toshimoko. Sure. But it still needs a lot of military strength. Yeah, but it's in transposition, so it needs a lot of military strength to go through. It's gonna need a bounce at least. See what they go for. He goes for political without Satori. It probably means that he has a Kachiko in hand. And that's going to be real big for thicorfon here. Because he can afford both Kachiko and a Fate Worse Than Death here. And this is going to mean that he's going to have, if he wins this conflict, he's going to have 12 skill with the both Keepers and Satori for the military attack next conflict. Defenders winning conflict takes 1 honor. So yeah, for shame here, or just, yeah, for shame Way of the Scorpion, I'm gonna be bad for Toshimoko. But I think a Fate Worse Than Death is needed here, because he's gonna just duel otherwise. Huh. Yes, the thicorfon must have a Fate Worse Than Death in hand here, right? Because otherwise it's not going through Toshimoko. And he played something. It's a for shame, okay. But as before, that wouldn't have mattered. If both players had passed there, the Kirikikita Toshimoko interaction would have made it so that Laskas would have won this conflict, and there's a sensor on the way of the crane. Mondonju finding a bad flip here, Palace not needed. There's the duel on Kadima District and Toshimoko. That's gonna re-honor Toshimoko again and force even more cards out of thicorfon here. There's a Mark of Shame. Okay, that might be enough. He's on 4 skill though. It's the second dojo. Wasn't the first dojo? Yeah, the first one was the Judas Strings. He has 1 dojo left as well. So a Kachiko drop here won't be that great for thicorfon. Yeah, he just passes. And pass, and there's gonna be a duel, and the ring is probably gonna bounce unless thicorfon goes for a huge bid here. He has the duty in hand. So he could. No, both players bid 1, and the ring bounces. Huh. So Laskas has found some respite here this turn 4, or what we're in, it's turn 4, right? Turn 5 even. And thicorfon is bleeding time here, it's down to 11 minutes, 12 minutes. To Laskas' 21. Still, thicorfon is on stronghold. And Laskas is down to 2 cards. I'm not sure Laskas can risk an attack here. Because thicorfon has ways to break this stronghold. He could play a conflict character. He has 10 skill from Satori and then just needs 1 more to break. Yeah, and Laskas just passes. He needs to defend this conflict. Here comes air again. Interesting to go air here instead of pushing earth. Besides, he really wants those keepers for next conflict, I guess. Next turn. Scraping it together all the skill he can get. And there's the Dojo duel from Laskas. Probably a pretty meaningless duel here, right? No, Laskas bidding 4. So that is interesting. He figures that he wants to win this conflict. No, he just okay. Huh. There was no way thicorfon was gonna break that with Uji defending. Unless there was a fate worse than death or something, yeah. But then it would still broken with the Banzai. He would have needed the Banzai and would have played that anyways. Oh well. They are still in the World Cup. I'm not, so I'm not gonna judge them on their plays. I'm just commentating. But now we do see the honor flipped here. Laskas down to 6 honor and thicorfon up on 9. Ooh, that's a big find for Laskas though. Takamori can shut down that Satori here. That is really good for Laskas here. Yeah, that's what we see. Takamori saying no to Satori. You're not allowed here. Let's hope this doesn't anger the Crown Prince too much. We all know what happens then. Hint, bloody sword, hint, hint. No spoilers, but still. Narishma, and he's buying as many characters as he can here. Probably a good choice, since he doesn't have that many cards in hand. He might as well use the fate where he can. Thicorfon's still on that 1 bid. Fivni is really good here though, cycling through cards he doesn't want. And trying to find that last fate worse than death here. What kind of attack do we see here from thicorfon? He has 1 magistrate left in deck. And he has, let's see, 1 Way of the Scorpion, 2 Mark of Shame, 2 for Shame left in the deck / hand. And we're gonna see everything, probably Earth? Earth or water? Water is the choice. Protecting Satori, perhaps? Yeah, that's a good idea. No, going Void instead, that's interesting. Wanting that Asami gone, probably. Gonna see an 8/8 defense here. And there's the first policy debate, right? Oh, we saw one earlier, okay. So Asami versus Initiate, so 3-1. And this is an interesting policy debate because thicorfon probably wants to keep the cards in his hand. And Laskas securing the win with the 2-bid. And we see 2 backhanded compliments, an assassination, court games duty, golden sneak, mark of shame, soul beyond reproach. Okay. So not the strongest hand here. Court games is gonna be good, mark of shame as well. So you could drop down Laskas to 7 and then -3. No, 7 and then -2, 5. With the mark of shame. Yeah, it's a really bad hand for Crane. Mark of shame Takamori. Yeah. He's gonna decide to invest into this conflict instead. Assassination on Whisper. I'm probably gonna see a mark of shame on the Asami here. Yeah, I wonder if Takamori is gonna get honored though. There's the mark of shame. Laskas has only seen 14 cards out of his entire deck. That's 14 cards. That's not even 3 turns of 5 bids. And we're into turn 6 here. And thicorfon has seen 3/4 out of his deck, 3/4. So yeah, he hasn't found very many answers here. There's the court games. And that is currently breaking actually. And Laskas passes, yeah. Yeah, that discard strategy didn't really work out for Laskas here, not finding any opportunity to discard the Scorpion hand. He did find 2 of those letters from the daimyo, but none of them got triggered. He got off both policy debates, but that wasn't enough here. Yeah, that Cunning Magistrate being really strong in this matchup, as well as all these Dishonor cards, and that new Soul Beyond Reproach / Hantai Satori thing. Really nice for Scorpion here. So that means that we'll have a look at the scoreboard. And Brazil getting their first win in this set against Greece. So it's 2-1. We have Holyfield BR, Not Fragile, Lion vs Dragon left. We have Emboscoli and Bill Curtis. Mr. Curtis. Crab vs Phoenix. Sorso and Demagogue, Crane and Lion. And Gohan and Balaviaris. Dragon vs Unicorn left here. So looking at the matchups here, we have a Greece favored matchup here, Dragon vs Lion probably. That one we played. Here we probably have another Greece favored matchup, Phoenix vs Crab. Here we have a Brazilian favored one and a Unicorn favored one. So Greece is set up to win this set against Brazil, but as we saw today, Brazilians are here to fight. They want this win as much as the Greeks. Let's have a look at the other games. Hungary has taken a win over the United States, and Spain, as we saw earlier, has beaten out Switzerland. And France and Austria has yet to play. Okay, another great game of L5R. You guys having some banter here, all good. Thanks to you guys, everyone, for watching. It's always fun to stream some games with some chatting around. And I hope to stream some more games for you in the future. Until then, have a great day.